was watching this propaganda on the Navy SEAL helicopter downing in Afghanistan. I got to thinking more about it, thinking more about what I had heard about it, and I realized another implausibility. Particularly that they say that they have, or that they were completing an operation, that they were flying out of, where they were sent to assist the Rangers. Yeah, that's the story that is given, is that they were sent there to assist the Rangers, the Navy SEALs, that they somehow they descended on the position, and then having completed their operation, that they were getting back in the helicopter, and that they were taking to the air to leave the position, and that apparently they hadn't cleared the area, and there was a person in range with a missile that shot down the helicopter. This is the story that's being floated by the media. And I got to thinking, I made a video actually the other day about how it's really implausible that the Rangers were someplace that then the SEALs were, that was still not clear. That, you know, they had left somebody there with a missile that was able to then put that missile on their helicopter as they were about to fly out. Yeah, it's just a really weird story. I don't remember as having heard about the SEALs ever having done something like that. Yeah, so what I realized today, listening to this news show, the CNN news, when I got thinking about this today, is that there was no mention of the Rangers being in the helicopter. They said that they lost 22 SEALs, 7 Afghan security forces, or something like this, but there was no mention of there being any Rangers in the helicopter. And they said that, this is what reminded me of it on the CNN show, that aired on August 6th that I was just watching today. They mentioned that they had been there to help the Rangers, but they this was also, you know, just the latest news that I recognized this in, that they made no mention of the Rangers being on the helicopter. Now, if they showed up to where they were supposed to rescue Rangers, even if the Rangers that were there were dead, then they would gather their bodies up. Their bodies would have been on the helicopter. There would have been some mention of the Rangers that were supposedly, as the CNN show reported, in a firefight, that they got pinned down. Like, that was the exact words that she used in describing the situation, that there was a Ranger team that got pinned down, and so the SEALs went in to bust them out of there. And also, I noticed that there was no mention of any of the people on the helicopter as having been casualties already. You know, there was no mention of there having been injured or anything. So it seems like, you know, whatever operation that they went in to do, it was real easy. There wasn't even any Rangers there, and, you know, they didn't take any casualties while they were on the ground. They also didn't find any Ranger bodies to carry back on the helicopter with them. They apparently didn't save any Rangers. You know, which just leaves it all up in the air as to what really happened there. You know, because if they were there to evacuate some Rangers, you know, they wouldn't have left the Rangers there, even if they found them dead. So, you know, the story makes absolutely no sense at all. You know, if they were there to evacuate some Rangers, where are the Rangers' bodies? Either, you know, were they carried alive onto the helicopter? Why were they not counted in the casualties? You know, if they were carried dead onto the helicopter, why are their bodies not mentioned? You know, if they were dead on the ground, then, you know, why is that not mentioned? That, you know, the SEAL time, or the Rangers added to the losses for the day. You know, the whole thing is just, you know, entirely hokey. It's a really weird story surrounding this helicopter crash in Afghanistan, and then days later they reported that they found and that they assassinated the insurgent who fired the rocket. And they also assassinated his leader. You know, how convenient. I don't know, that actually, I made a video the other day about that it spawned the question in my mind, you know, how is it that they had that surveillance in place, but that they weren't able to prevent the situation from occurring with that surveillance? You know, that there was no reaction to the presence of a missile on the battlefield in the hands of an insurgent, that they days later were able to certify that they had killed that same person who had done that insurgent operation. But on the day of the event, they didn't bother to do anything, apparently, to prevent it from happening.